Greetings, true believers. Tiki here.
And BlueDragonFive.
And tonight, we're here to comb through a box of old files that I don't have in front of me because it's on the other side of my room. I'm sorry about that, BlueDragonFive. I'm sorry. Tonight, we are here to comb through a box of old files we liberated from a fallen shield base. An event we're tackling in eight installments. So join us as we dust off these SSR files on the SHIELD agent before there was a SHIELD agent, as we begin assessing Agent Carter. And now, let's start with an audio tape.
And now it's time for the Agent Carter Adventure Program, brought to you by Roxxon Motor Oil. Tonight's thrilling tale has our heroine hunting for the remaining nitrobene bombs and the mysterious Leviathan group. But with the SSR on the case, can Agent Carter and her butler associate Edwin Jarvis put the pieces together before being found out themselves? Stay tuned.
Yes, it is episode 2 of Agent Carter, Bridge and Tunnel. Ooh. Okay, so this was part 2 of the 2-part premiere. It all took place in one night, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right, so yeah, what do you think of this? It's kind of cool how they start off this series, since it's so theatrical, on what is essentially the runtime of an average movie, which is 2 40-minute episodes, a little bit shorter than the runtime of an average movie, but still, very theatrical way to start out. Do you think these 2 episodes kind of blended together well to kind of form a cohesive story?
I think it was a good idea to put 2 episodes out because it really got you in the universe. The first one was just getting you in the universe. Second one is now the adventure starts. So I think now we get basically this is really our first episode. This one.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna see something similar coming up in a few weeks when Better Call Saul premieres, but that's gonna do its premiere over 2 nights. Still really.
Well, to be fair, I should tell you, with the things like I'm not sure Better Call Saul falls in this category, but with shows like Galvant and Peggy Carter, they have an accelerated time frame, so they gotta fit their shows in before other stuff comes. So they're filling in for. The Peggy Carter's filling in for S.H.I.E.L.D. and Galvant's filling in for Once Upon a Time.
Oh, okay, so that's what Galvant is. Right on.
Well, it doesn't tie in. No, Galvant doesn't tie in. It just...
No, I know, but that makes sense that would be like... That's why they needed the miniseries to... Okay, cool.
No, I'm not sure Peggy Carter's going to be 2 episodes every week, mind you, but
I don't think it is. From my end...
S.H.I.E.L.D.'s in March, so I think Peggy Carter's going to be dragging out a little more.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, after these first 2 episodes, definitely, like you said, it's like half a season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's great. Got a lot of story development out of the way. So you want to dive right into it?
Sure, let's dive right into it. So we start off with my favorite thing in this entire series so far.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Again, you and I, we've mentioned at length that we love the propaganda bit in the first Captain America movie, our favorite part.
Oh yeah.
And
I'd argue to say that's still easily one of my favorite scenes in any Marvel movie.
Oh, it's so great, and the reason I think the reason we kind of everyone loves is that the thing that gets me jazzed out of my mind, and this sequence captures, is that it's putting Captain America integrating into the real world in terms of Captain America comics and the serials exist in the Marvel universe like they do.
And trading cards. Don't forget about trading cards.
He's got trading cards. It's like an actual illogical logic at its finest. If you had a superhero, well, of course he'd have merchandise. Of course he'd go down to
Right, of course, yeah.
He's an American mascot. Of course he'd be everywhere. And in this one, we get what's the next logical step? Again, logical logic at its finest. Like, how did Superman make his big break? Radio. How does Captain America make his big break? Radio. And who's going to be the announcer on this radio show per se? The great and powerful, the great Ralph Garman of Hollywood Babylon and K-Rock fame.
Yeah, you could not have picked a better choice right here.
I was so delighted seeing this because at first my reaction was I recognize this guy, and I was thinking just before I listened to Hollywood Babylon,
sure.
Nah, it can't be him. I'm imagining things. I see it again. He keeps talking. I said, wait a second. Looking at him. And he goes by real quickly, and I'm thinking,
Mm-hmm,
is that
mm-hmm.
Ralph Garman? I look it up online. There's no name on him yet. And so I was like, nah, it can't be. Then I rewatch it. Oh my God, it's Ralph Garman. I look into it further, saying, oh yeah, I was in the Marvel thing. And this week on Babylon, he said, oh yes, I was in the Agent Carter.
And you just totally. Oh yeah, right.
I knew it before going into it. It was confirmed. Like, oh my God, he is! Yay! Ralph
Exactly.
Garman
Yeah,
is in
yeah.
fact in the Marvel universe, and it's awesome.
It's
But,
fantastic.
why, pray tell, is Ralph Garman in here? Because, well, for one, he is a radio DJ. Well, not DJ. He's a radio personality in real life, and also he does a lot of cool voices. And one of his various characters and voices, he has good 30s voices, and 30s radio announcer, perfect match.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So this Captain America radio show is my favorite part for so many reasons. Anything with this in the episode is my favorite, instantly my favorite part. It's the idea. It's such a brilliant idea, Tiki. It takes the idea of putting Captain in the real world, but gives it story purpose. Peggy Carter hates this radio show. She does.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are a few reasons for that. One, I guess she thinks it's cheesy. Two, it's a reminder of the lost love she has, and just him being still. You get the sense like she bonded over Captain America, saying, you're more than a propaganda clown.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
So this is just a reminder of this is a reminder of how they met first of all. Not how they met, how they kind of went on their first mission together.
And it's just a slap in the face to everything the man actually stood for.
Yes, exactly. Well, the thing is, I get a sense Cap would kind of like this radio show.
You think?
No,
yeah.
I get a sense that Captain America.
The reason I call it a slap in the face is that it's just so blatantly commercialized.
It is. When I say
they're just working product placements into the script and everything.
Well, no. Let me say this. I think Captain America post being thought out would like this out of nostalgia.
Sure. I hear you.
I think Cap would look on all the propaganda stuff with a little more reverence, like, that was kind of fun.
Well, I mean, he does have a museum for all of that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So I think he's looking on a little more fondly now. The point is, it's a really cool radio show. I love the actors on the radio show because they do kind of sound like not campier versions, but like propaganda versions.
Yeah, the actress is very stereotypical, like acting style of the times.
Yeah, damsel in distress. You have to be more cartoony
not subtle at all. Like method acting just did not exist back then in any way, shape, or form.
You're going to be seeing stars, Red Skull, and stripes.
And then my favorite detail is that the guy who voices Captain America is like this geeky-looking guy in glasses.
Yeah. I really love that. And of course, the best part, and it really pays off later, is they have all the radio sound effects. The doors you close off the side, like slapping the meat for punches, all the classic stuff.
Oh yeah.
Really, really great idea. And here's the best third layer of it all, is that the damsel in distress. Her name is it's a parody of Peggy Carter's name. It's like something Carver. So they changed.
Right.
So the idea is that they're taking the old Captain America adventures and they're running with it, obviously, their own stuff. Well, basically, it's wartime adventures they're making up on the fly, but they're using somewhat based on true events.
Exactly.
Of course, none of she's a damsel in distress. Of course, the complete opposite of how Peggy Carter is in this series, saying, Captain America to save me. And it's so cheesily wonderful. It's great. Again, I love the radio shows, and they brought it to life fully and perfect.
Might I make a quick observation that the fact that the voice actor playing Captain America is kind of the geeky-looking guy,
Steve Rogers.
Yeah, exactly. Not only a great commentary on voice acting in general, but also a perfect parallel to Steve Rogers himself.
Yeah, and I like how the best part about that guy was he sounded, just hearing his voice, good voice acting too, just hearing his voice, I could picture coming out of like a 40s advertisement for Captain America.
Right, exactly.
I could picture the radio in my mind. I want to listen to this. Why can't this radio show be a regular thing? It's awesome.
You know what would be awesome? If Marvel did a viral marketing thing and literally released episodes of this thing,
yes, I would love
chunks.
That. It's like Incredibles.
Marvel, if you happen to be watching this, and I know obviously you're not. Please do that. Please do that. That'd be wonderful.
Well, it's actually the Incredibles on the DVD. They had the most hilarious thing you've ever heard in your life of the Mr. Incredible TV Saturday morning kid show that was on.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
It reminds me a lot of that. The point is, this Steve Rott, this Captain America was like, you're going to be seeing stars. Like the most cheesy version of but endearing too. I get a sense, you get a bit of Steve's personality in there too. I like that. It's like basically
it makes the 90s live action movie look like Shakespeare.
Yes. Well, no. Actually, I'm saying this is this is what you wanted the 90s movie to be. At least they're going on adventures.
Well, no, I'm just saying in terms of cheesy dialogue, yeah.
Anyway, so as much as I'd love to talk about this in length, we're going to move on. Points Peggy's not thrilled by. Just hearing the gag is that this damsel in distress version of herself that basically has a close version of her name, the same initials.
Exactly.
Who is just Captain America's triage nurse, not even...
No, Captain America, I can't do anything for myself. Oh.
just swooning and everything, and just the contempt. You can just look at the acting on Haley Atwell's face like, oh, I hate this. This is just ruining my memory. Okay, so she hates it. Angie, Angie, could you please turn that off? Turns it off. I was up for that part. they passed over me.
Okay, so what's Angie doing in this scene?
Well, she's asking Peg if she's still apartment hunting, which she is because her roommate died. Yes. Unfortunate. Basically,
she's also looking at Colleen's obituary as this conversation's happening.
Yeah, she's offering she's offering Peg to move in her apartment complex next door, and she considers it for a moment. Then she looks at the obituary and says, "No, thanks anyway." But I'd be a horrible housemate.
Exactly. Okay, so next scene, Peggy, she's at Jarvis's mansion. Jarvis is he's giving her a tour of the master bedroom.
Well, wait, hold on. Two things.
Yeah.
So real quick, it's just she says I got another place in mind, and it's actually it's one of Stark's hideaway mansions.
Right. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Which might actually be, and I'd love it if this were the case. It might be a reference to the Avengers Mansion, which I would love it if that was the case. Because the movie's going to have the Avengers Tower in there, but I was in the back of my mind saying, oh man, I missed the Avengers Mansion. And this might be a little nod to it, like, there's a mansion on the side in town.
Very true.
It's a maybe. He had a bunch of mansions. Maybe this is the mansion. And Jarvis is there like he always is. He kind of runs the Avengers Mansion, too.
Right.
Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So, like I said, he's showing Peggy the master bedroom. Peggy opens the closet, finds very revealing lingerie.
Well, revealing by 40 standards.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Of course, this kind of calls back to the whole line about Howard Jarvis always having to excavate Howard's groupies from the premises.
Yeah, and pretty much she's looking for a place. He obviously offers, why don't you stay at one of the Stark's mansions here? He says, no, it's too risky if I stay here. People are going to ask questions, going to look around, they'll find me. Not good. Says, okay, I'll stay one night if she sees his master bedroom. And anyway, she's looking at the dialogue says there's no record of Leviathan on both their ends, so they got nothing on this Leviathan group. And anyway, she sees the wardrobe, quote unquote. And she gets an idea after she happens upon many of the fetishy outfits, if you will.
Oh God, yes.
finds like the nurse's, like a nurse's coat, not like a doctor's coat, and says, "I got an idea. Oh, get your mind out of the gutter." Pretty much saying, "Don't be so lewd." She gets an idea. Meanwhile, Newt Man.
Yes, we have, as I like to call him, threading mustache man.
Yeah.
He's typing on his typewriter. The word Leviathan appears.
Which, by the way, in case you're wondering, Leviathan is a really popular term in comics nowadays because everyone uses it.
Is it really?
Everyone uses. I'm saying not even just comics. Everywhere you see it, almost everywhere you see it, Leviathan is always used as your big ominous threat.
Oh, weird. Huh.
Batman used it. Batman has a big use of it in recent years. Grant Morrison's big thing is Leviathan. That's his huge.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so let's see. So
So pretty much the plan, Meat Man's talking to Leviathan, basically ordered to find Brandis at any cost.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, Brandis has betrayed them because he's trying to sell the nitramine.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Instead of delivering it delivering the formula to Leviathan, he's selling off the weapon itself. Not good.
Mm-hmm. So next scene, she's talking with Jarvis, and she wants to go after the truck that they saw leave the premises the last episode.
Yeah, the truck
Brandis
escaped in.
And she's insisting on going at it alone.
Yeah, Jarvis wants to help. She turns him down.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile,
okay, so we have a card that says what is it? A business card? Is it his business card?
Oh yeah, the idea is okay. The mute's interrogating. I forget this guy's name, but he's like a businessman, or at least a potential buyer he tracked down for the nitramine formula.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
So mute's interrogating. It's awesome when the mute interrogates people because he can't talk. So like it's such a terrifying interrogation.
Yeah.
And the idea of the mute here, this is even cooler. I don't think this mute in particular, he doesn't have the little talkie box, the little voice thing put to your neck. He just uses cards because he grabs a little notepad and a few cards for responses.
Mm-hmm.
So like when he's interrogating, he holds up one little like business card saying Leviathan, saying okay, well what's this about? Holds the card up, Leviathan. What's about the nitramine? He says, "Oh, the nitramine. No, I turned Spider down on that. It's too dangerous. But I know who might have bought it."
Oh yeah.
He gives him some sort of name of a potential buyer, and then pretty much then we intercut with like what the instructions were on the typewriter, which is kill.
Yeah, really good editing. It's going back and forth, really creepy. Like the guy's torturing him by just sticking his knife right into his hand.
He does that a lot, by the way.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
People's hands.
Hard.
Also, you see how cruel the guy is, too. It's such a great kind of almost a Breaking Bad-ish shot, if you will, of
kind of Breaking Bad. Like Breaking Bad, I always say has a very visceral kind of like anytime something violent happens on Breaking Bad, it's like you can like very clearly tell that it's Breaking Bad style violence. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like he removes. You see from the overhead shot, he removes the knife. He cleans it off with like just a little napkin he flourishly brings to him, and he cleans it off, and then he steps over the dead body of the wife. Wife or girlfriend. He presumably killed first.
Right.
Such a cruel guy.
Dark stuff. Yeah. Okay, so next we have another one of your favorite elements of the show, Piggy Undercover.
This is my second. Oh man, I have so many favorite scenes in this episode. This might be my third favorite. I love it so much, though.
Yeah.
I love her undercover, and this is a better sequence than she was great in Undercover in the first one, but this one is even better because it's a great sequence with it too.
Oh yeah, so
she's undercover as like a health inspector and/or efficiency expert.
Right. Again, pulling off a completely different accent.
Really nicely done. It reminds me a lot of, to be honest with you, Scarlett Johansson in The Spirit when she's like the octopus's assistant.
Oh dear God, that's a train wreck.
At least she looks like it too, like the hair pulled back and the glasses.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, so she's checking. What she's actually doing is she just says, I'm here to check. She plays such a great. I love the characters are different too with the accents. Like she's playing such an uptight efficiency expert type person. I'm not giving any of these guys an inch.
I mean, in a way, I kind of mentioned how in the radio drama, like there was not such thing as method acting at the time. But in a way, what Piggy is doing right here is almost kind of like the equivalent of method acting, or what method acting would become. Because not only is she creating a voice, but you can assume she's creating like whole backstories about these people in her mind and stuff like that, elaborate histories, like potential answers to questions that she would get asked. You know what I mean? She's putting like so much thought into every persona that she's trying to pull off.
Exactly. It all started with like a sex code, pretty much. It all started. I kid, mind you. It started with like a little lab coat.
Oh yeah.
The whole idea for it's brilliant. Seeing how it pays off. Anyway, so after she basically says, I'm gonna make sure there's no curdling of milk or anything around here, and she examines the place. We got a really jazzy montage, but really nice music in this series.
Absolutely, yeah.
A real jazzy sequence of her using the Vita-Ray detector to look around, seeing which truck is it. No luck, and then they find out, well, there's a truck missing. Guy turned up sick, named Sheldon McPhee.
Mm-hmm.
Put some air on those tires as she leaves. Yeah.
Okay, so next,
He gets an address from the guy too. So.
Oh yeah. So we have Thompson, and then help me out with the name of the other guy.
Well, it's I'm just trying to think of the scene here. So it's Thompson, Dooley, and Krasinski. His name is like.
I really need to write this name down.
Now look, I keep
it's really
saying
problematic for me.
No, I keep saying Krasinski, but it's technically it's spelled like Krasinski, so forgive me.
Yeah. Well, they clearly pronounce it Krasinski, right?
Yeah, it's spelled Krzem.
Krasinski. Okay.
Again, there's no E there too, so it's hard for me to say. I want to say Krasinski, but it's like Krasinski.
I mean, I'm just gonna go off of the way the characters pronounce it. So
anyway, yeah. So I thought they. I don't know. Anyway, so
and then who's the other one?
Krasinski, Thompson, Dooley, and of course Sousa. But Sousa, I don't think Sousa's there right now.
I don't think he is either. No.
Yeah. It's Dooley. Dooley giving the instructions, Krasinski. They're examining the big ball that is the remains of the Roxxon oil plant.
It's a really cool set piece.
Oh, I love it. It looks very practical, even though most likely.
Exactly. Yeah.
So basically, Krasinski, he's running through his theories of they think it's a magnet.
When they said magnet, I got to admit, as a Lost fan,
I know.
I kind of thought of Lost.
Well, you thought of Lost? No, I thought of Breaking Bad.
Oh, I can see that too. No, but in Lost, there's a lot of stuff that goes on with magnets and things imploding because of magnets. So
magnets! Yeah. Oh!
Magnets, bitch!
Yeah, anyway, so after Krasinski, he has some dumb theories. They shoot down, he thinks Sir Isaac Newton's the one responsible for magnetism.
Oh, God.
So they basically task him with separating the ball for evidence. It's an arduous task, to say the least. Meanwhile, Sousa is betting horses. And, Peggy this nice little kind of running bit. It's kind of a Gordonish bit, it's a Gordonish bit of getting some information from this person. She peers over the shoulders, looks at the files and whatever he's working on, and notices through conversation too that he's got a picture of the blonde.
Right, yeah, very much kind of worries her. Again, I hate to kind of.
You're right, it's a Dexter bit.
Yeah, it's totally like Bay Harbor Butcher status.
Yeah, it's a lot of Dexter. I get it. Anyway, so
the coworker at my workplace has a potentially incriminating piece.
Yeah, it's the blood slides. I got it. It's the blood slides. So the point is, he points out that we found a picture of this blonde who he thinks is responsible for the thing. He puts the photos there, and it's in an envelope. They haven't really looked at it yet, I guess. Mm-hmm. He puts it in a drawer, and of course Peggy picks up on this. This is bad. You got a lead on us.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so then Sousa is called away to assist with Krasinski. Calls him to help dismantle the thing because Krasinski's so lazy. He wants someone else to do a lot of the legwork. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so he's called away and he locks the drawer, which and Captain Logan's right. It is like Back to the Future too.
I haven't listened to Cap's review of it yet, so I'll have to go back.
I actually found a really expedient way of doing them now, which is you can pull it really clever. But they've changed the format. I don't think not important. Anyway, so she makes a call to Jarvis. Really neat touch. She's using the untrace button on the phone in the boss's office to call Jarvis.
Right, yeah. Again, I love the old-timey technology at play here. Very well displayed.
What's that?
Okay, let me see. So, looking through my notes. She orders. I'm sorry. She orders Jarvis to dispose of the car because everyone knows that that the agents are kind of zeroing in on the implosion site. And again, I kind of only caught this when you referenced it, but yeah, I love how Howard is asking about the car at the end of the episode, and one of the first times we see Jarvis outside of the scene in the bedroom is, well, you got to destroy the car.
Now, Mrs. Stark's not going to like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so else. I'm sorry. The car has to be get rid of because it's coated in Vita rays from the explosion.
Right. Yeah.
Anyways.
And then I love how this whole thing is shot. You know, like the suspense where. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, I'm skipping ahead.
All right. So meanwhile, after basically, she also tells me, I found the driver, so we're gonna go after him.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, we're at the Roxxon, the head of the Roxxon Oil Company, and this guy's important, and he'll maybe factor in for speculation if we don't get through it now. His name is Hugh Jones. Now, Hugh Jones, he's played by the wonderful and talented Ray Wise, which I was very pleasantly surprised to see.
Okay.
Ray Wise is great, Tiki.
No, I know who Ray Wise is, yeah.
Of course. Yeah, so Ray Wise, he played Hugh Jones. And Hugh Jones and Howard Stark have a history together, and now, I don't know how far they're going to go with this, but let's just say in the comics, and remember, in the Marvel Universe now, we've established that Hydra is behind the death of Tony's parents.
Of course, yeah.
So in the comics, this guy was responsible for it. So I'm thinking maybe this guy's a Hydra.
Oh, okay. Huh.
I'm thinking he's like one of our secret Hail Hydra guys. That's what I'm thinking.
Right.
So I'm thinking he's like the guy that ordered the cutting of the brakes in the car. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
And the point is, this guy, he's talking to Dooley and Thompson as they're like chatting with him because obviously his factor turned into a ball, so he's not too happy about that. He pretty much is, he's an enemy. He's an enemy with Howard Stark. What came between you? My wife.
Makes sense.
Of course, it makes sense. And also, basically, he provides a role of Mr. Exposition here, saying to our dim-witted men of the SSR here that
right. These guys really do get comedically just dumb this episode. It really is great.
They do have some good moments, though.
They have some good moments, but they also have like one moment in particular that I just laugh my ass at off, but we'll get to it.
True. Anyway, point is, he points out what the formula is. Howard Stark might be responsible for developing this formula, if anyone, and also it relies heavily on Vita rays, and that, of course, that's flags. Wait, did you say Vita rays?
Mm-hmm.
Project Rebirth idea. Meanwhile, Peggy, she's sneaking into the drawer a la Back to the Future 2.
Okay, yeah, you're right. It is totally Back to the Future 2.
I can't claim credit on that because I didn't realize until it was mentioned, but it's good. It's cool.
Right, of course.
It is 2015 after all. Why not?
Oh dear. Oh god, there's so much stuff about Back to the Future 2 in 2015.
Anyways,
did you know that Nike's developing the shoes?
I heard today. I'm so happy about that.
Right.
Now, they must have
Mattel hoverboards.
Now they must have been working on that, just waiting to release it this year.
Yeah, they probably had it like ready to go for like 3 years.
I'm sure of it.
No, we are waiting.
Let Michael J. Fox sell the light-up versions for thousands of dollars. We're gonna have the real versions, make them look embarrassed. Anyway, so so Peggy's sneaking into the drawer, no luck. Kind of Back to Future style phones are ringing. And it bumps her head on the desk, and then Sousa comes back before she can get in there. And Peggy Carter is being called into the Roxxon the Roxxon
really quick,
company.
I love the touch of how she goes kind of like inconspicuous by kicking her feet up on the desk.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So basically, she's called into the Roxxon Oil Company headquarters or whatever, wherever Hugh Jones is, and they're all there. And she meets Jones like, what's your name? The lovely creature here. What's her name? Says Agent. Huh, it's a funny name. So pretty much they call her there because they want her to search the women, and like how this idea is showing out again how sexist pigs some of these guys are. Thompson wanted to do it himself.
Right.
Then again, points to the boss for at least thinking about this, like thinking about calling a woman in to do this thing. So at least Thompson, Dooley has some points here. The boss has some points.
I think the boss is probably, like, dare I say it, maybe, of course, besides Sosa, like, I think definitely Thompson and Krasinski are more douchey than Dooley, at least.
Oh, they certainly. Dooley's just he's Grizzly's been around doing this thing. It's like we forgive him because he's set in the old ways. The other guys are just
they're just awful.
Yeah.
They're just bad people.
They're womanizers. They're bad womanizers and gimlets.
Yeah.
Anyway,
let's see. There's a funny line here about like, oh well, I want to get with Rita Hayworth tonight, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah, Hugh Jones
What's
says
the context of that?
Oh yeah, Hugh Jones basically Hugh Jones mentioned that he has some of his men like cemented in Stark's company, so you like keep eyes on them, like eavesdrop on them. Mm-hmm. And they mentioned like, well, we're going to search your men. Like, you search my men. Like, you're not going to find anything. What if it's an inside job? You won't find anything, or else it's like I'm with Rita Hayworth. Essentially, he says like that's impossible, like the Rita Hayworth thing you just mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
So they basically are looking to see if it's an inside job, which we know for a fact it is.
Right. Okay,
so she's scanning all well, Peggy takes the scanner for real quick. She goes in the bathroom, scans herself. Really smart move. I love that.
Oh yeah.
Again,
like, old-timey technology, old-timey, like, what is it, metal detector?
Well, remember, it's a raid detector. It's like kind of like what it's like.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's like a Geiger counter. It's a Geiger counter visually kind of mixed with like one of those Star Trek devices.
Sure.
It's like a little Spock device, whatever Spock used. I didn't watch the original stuff really. Anyway, so obviously she's scanning herself. Smart move. She's changed her clothes, so that means that's why it's not on there. However, her watch she's still wearing from last night, and it's still on there. She has to ditch the watch, which I'm wondering if that's going to come back or not.
Could very well be. I wouldn't be surprised.
And dumps the watch, so now she's clean, so she can search everyone without like detecting herself.
Right.
Smart move. Loved it.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what's happening next. They're searching everybody. Miles Van Ernst happens, the guy that she used the cool flasher device on.
I love that device, yeah.
And he comes by, smartly Peggy recognizes this guy, and again, I love the conceit that he doesn't recognize her because he was flashing the eyes.
Of course, makes total sense.
And he gets away scot-free. And I love Peggy's so smart, she realizes, wait a second, okay, something's up here. This guy, he's clean, but I know he's good. How am I going to pin it on this guy? Oh, wait a second, logic. So she figures out that... she mentions to Dooley and Jones, like, wait, do these men have like a locker where they change their clothes before they come in here in the morning? Says, oh yeah, sure. They'll show me start in the locker room, see if they've changed their clothes because the Vita rays will wash off in the shower. I mean, they on their clothes. Say, okay, well let's check. Well, that sounds like a good idea. I love how Dooley's patting her on the back for the idea too. It's not that bad idea.
Yeah, right. You can kind of see how I could maybe see by the end of the series him kind of coming around a little bit.
Yeah. Anyway, so then Van Ernst he takes off. He's run away. This scene's hilarious. So he runs away, and then Thompson and Dooley they're pursuing him. They're chasing him. And then I love Ray Wise in this one bit so much.
Oh yeah.
Just turns around. I love a little back and forth these two. Just turns around and Peggy asks, "Where's it? Where's the stairwell lead to the bottom of the lobby?" The lobby. Says, okay, where's the stairwell to get down the lobby from here? Says, it's right there. She goes down. Just goes down, and pretty much she heads him off because she's there because the other ones are just chasing him right behind him, and she just walks down the available stairwell as calmly. The other guys are sweating. They're sweating so badly because they've been running.
Yeah.
Just calmly walks down, like borrows. Can I borrow this? Like borrows like a briefcase or something from a guy.
Oh, it's a briefcase, yeah.
Yeah, it just clocks the guy running full speed, right in the chest too, like. And he falls, and it's such a great little sequence. And she takes him down. Will you be needing any more of my services? Oh, I love Peggy Carter. Awesome. Okay.
Okay, so the next scene, I thought this was kind of interesting. Like, we kind of had, like, almost a little bit of a visual kind of symbolic representation of a good cop, bad cop routine where you see a shot of, like, a stick and then a carrot. I don't know. Am I the only one that was kind of getting that, or do you know what I'm kind of getting at here?
I was getting the vibe I was getting a lot in this scene was like from the original Cat America with Tommy Lee Jones, with as Mary is interrogating not Schmidt, but he was interrogating Armanzola.
Mm-hmm.
Remember with the buying him a steak dinner?
Oh yeah! Oh shoot! Oh, that's great. Right,
That's
right.
what I was kind of thinking of in terms of interrogation. Oh man, Ford's interrogations were awesome.
Whenever I think of Lee Jones and Captain, my mind instantly goes to "I'm not kissing you."
I
But
know.
man, he has a lot of awesome stuff in that movie.
That's my favorite bit with him is the whole interrogation buys him a stick.
I need to rewatch that movie. It's been a while.
Anyway, so pretty much, yeah, right. It is kind of a good head cover since there's the carrot and the stick. But just, the question is like, how are these implements of torture going to be used? That's the big. That's what I picked up on. And then he pretty much Dooley has a really cool bit in this. I love how Dooley's just calmly laying out his options here, saying, "Okay, listen, you can tell us, and we can put someone else in your chair, your uncomfortable chair right now. You walk away scot free." And now this isn't remember, this is not Brannis. This is Van Ernst, the guy who can talk. I want to make that clear.
Right, yeah.
And Brannis just says he's not talking, pretty much. And then Dooley walks out and he leaves Thompson in there. So yeah, give Thompson
the carrot.
Yeah. Yeah, Dooley takes the carrot and just sticks on the table. It's a big old honking stick too, by the way.
It really, you know what? I honestly at first thought he was gonna do like some sick thing, like I don't know, like jam the stick up his freaking nose or something like that. I don't know. My mind was going to some dark places with that stick.
I was thinking of just the thing from Gotham where the guy's beating a guy with a statue. I thought it was gonna be like that.
Right? Yeah. But no, instead it's just a gag.
Anyway, so once Dooley walks out, and to Thompson's credit, he does have kind of a cool bit here. It's simple, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that this is shot too. By the way, pretty much saying you're gonna want to bite down on it. Like, he gives him the stick to bite down on. That just instantly, oh my god, he's not gonna hit him with
that. Exactly.
No, he's biting down on that, and just I love how this is shot. Just from the outside, we see him getting the crap beat out of him, like just silently on the other, almost silently on the other side, while the people on the other side of the glass are conversing.
And then Peggy walks away. You boys play nice.
Yeah, I love this little moment again. Dooley's showing some consideration here. Again, he's misguided, but at least he's showing some consideration, saying, "Yeah, Carter, you may want to leave. This isn't going to be pretty."
Yeah, but on the other hand, I kind of took that. I almost kind of took that as like, almost, like you're right. His intentions are in the right place. I still kind of took it as maybe a little like unintentionally insulting because it's like, come on, this is Peggy Carter here. She's seen some badass stuff. You know, she freaking slapped a guy in the face with a stapler last episode.
Well, they don't know that.
I think she can handle some other guy getting beat up. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, like, plus he's going to be beaten up mercifully for hours. But
yeah, but I mean, you know what I get at, right? It's like I think Dooley he does have good intentions, but I do think it's kind of a nice commentary and like almost kind of going back to I'm sorry, I forgot the guy's name. Almost kind of going back to Sousa the first episode where he defends Peggy and she's kind of like, no, you know, I really, you know, you don't need to protect me like that.
Yeah.
So
pretty much no luck getting answers out of the guy, and just puts the bites down and is beaten off to the side, and then Peggy leaves, and good thing she leaves because now she can work on the case. Now she's been excused.
Right.
So meanwhile, Peggy's waiting for Jarvis outside the L&L automat.
And so Angie's there. She recommends it's a professional women's retreat, right? Is that right? Is that the right?
Well, not exactly. It's almost. You could be right, but it's pretty much it's apartment for just women. It's kind of like one of those co-ed deals. Well, not co-ed, but it's like the
no, it's like the opposite of the
it's like the not sorority, but something. You know, it's like it's divided, I guess, and it's like all women. It's like it's an all women apartment, pretty much. And
right.
She offers like, you know, no men are allowed there, but still it's pretty much it's a pretty good place. Just basically reselling her the place, saying that does sound really good. But then here's the best part: you get to live next to me.
And you can tell Peggy's heart just drops when she says that.
Yeah, because Peggy doesn't realize, oh man, that's a really good setup right there.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
And again, Angie says, "Wait, is it me?" He says, "No. It's just, I wouldn't be that good person to live around."
Man, it's like, yeah, you can. I really feel like this is a really good angle for Peggy, kind of like I said, it really is kind of almost the core sort of thematic element of her character right now, is this whole idea of she can't get too close to anyone without losing them.
Oh, yeah, and then maybe that's another reason she's really distancing herself from Jarvis. She's afraid he's gonna die.
Good point. Good point. Yeah.
Speaking of
Yeah.
Jarvis, he finally shows up, and she's a little mad at him for not showing up earlier, so she could avoid that little interaction.
Right. Right.
I love this. This is kind of like an Agent Coulson-y bit that he likes the radio show.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
It's playing in the car, you know, basically, and this is funny. It's the girl. It's the girl begging Captain America to save her life. Oh, Captain America, save me!
Okay, actually, I have the name of the girl. It's Betty Carver.
Oh, Betty Carver. But still, you see the Betty.
Betty Peggy, yeah.
Carver. It's just they used her name, and she just knows it. Oh, they made me a triage nurse, the damsel in distress triage nurse. Come on. So anyway, like she says, Jarvis says, you know, I like it. I know it compares it's nothing compared to the actual action, but still, it's kind of nice. And he says, "Are you trying to butter me up or something?"
And I love how the Betty on the radio drama, I forget exactly what she says, but she clearly has a product placement right in the middle of the script. Like, oh, I'm right in the middle of using this certain product, and save me, you know what I mean? Or am I just imagining that? Tell me you picked up on that. Hello? Oh, dear God. Oh, he dropped out. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Okay, well, I will go ahead and send him another invite. Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, the, you know, I don't know. I don't know exactly what the context is, but I wish I knew. I wish I would have written it down, but there very much is clearly a product placement within this broadcast. So let's see. Meanwhile, back at the office, we have Thompson, and he's got a stick that's just completely broken half. He puts it on the desk. He's like, "We're gonna need a new stick." So you know, the guy in the cell, I don't know his name. BlueDragonFive knows his name. The guy, "Come back, BlueDragonFive. I need you, man." The guy in the cell, he's not talking. Let's see. The boss, Dooley, he insists that the guy is linked to Stark. Okay. I'm very sorry about BlueDragonFive's sudden absence. This is not good. Okay, so let's see. So next scene we have McPhee, and he's in an office, and there's just like all these dead bodies around him. Oh, there you go. Hey, what's up, man? Hello.
Hello. Sorry, folks. Hydra intervened there for a second, but I'm back.
Okay, so I kind of quickly went over the scene with Thompson and how he needs a new stick, and how Dooley thinks that the guy in the cell is a link to Stark.
Okay, did you mention that Jarvis left the car in Hoboken?
No, I did not.
That was awesome. Jarvis mentions that Peggy asks if he disposed of the car. Says, "I left it in Hoboken. I don't imagine it's going to be there that long." Really funny.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sorry. So yeah, you're right. Men are now searching for Brannis, and now they're going to go get McPhee. They got a location.
Mm-hmm.
Mute also has a location.
Right. And so we have this really creepy shot of McPhee in this office with just like a bunch of bodies around it. Like, how many bodies are there?
Well, not McPhee. I think you mean Mute.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry.
The Mute's around all the dead bodies, and he's got in this location. Meanwhile, so Jarvis and Peggy Carter, Jarvis says, "Do you need my help very much? Like, do you need help?" And she says, "No." He says, "I'm more than a taxi service, right?" Pretty much. He says, "I'm more than a taxi service, Miss Carter."
And again, I love how Jarvis, in the first episode, he was very reluctant about all this, but now he's kind of PO'd that Peggy's leaving him out of it.
Oh yeah, again, you just got a taste of the action towards the end of the last one. Now we all for it.
Right,
Wherever we
right.
go. Anyway, so basically,
Before this,
Peggy.
his only bit of espionage was the cook stealing the good spoons.
Yeah. So she finds the truck,
Hmm.
but then she's interrupted because she sees okay, McPhee's on the inside there.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Let's see. So, oh boy, this is one of my, if not my favorite, it's my second favorite.
I can totally see why. Definitely.
If I just molded all the radio stuff into one, then yeah, it's my favorite moment. So this is a brilliant scene, and I'll tell you why at the end of it.
Hmm.
So Peggy Carter, she finds McPhee, a large man. He's fiddling with the radio. He's listening to the Captain America radio program, and edited and intercut with the action here of her fighting this guy. And this guy's putting up quite a fight, surprisingly. Fighting this guy, it's intercut with the sound effects and the action going on with the radio show. Basically, Peggy of the Betty Carver character being in distress, so like Becky.
Oh,
saying,
yeah, right.
Save me, Captain America! And basically, as it's fighting, like she's punching this guy, and it's brilliantly intercut, like the slapping of the meat with the punches and the breaking of things. Really, I know, it's hard for me to describe. It's brilliantly done. It's like perfectly integrated.
Oh yeah.
And then the ending of it is like. I'm sorry, like the ending of it is just her like saying, "Oh, my hero." It's like, "Oh, I couldn't have done it without you, Cap. Thank you." Yeah, pretty much just like, "Oh, my hero," and then Peggy just looks. So you can tell she hates listening to this thing, and then I love this runner. I hope this comes back. She mentions to her, like, speaks to herself, saying after she knocks the guy out, saying, "Huh, like it's so hard to get straight answers out of people." She keeps knocking on everyone she wants to interrogate.
Exactly.
It's a fun running gag too. It just keeps happening. So, after she's knocked the guy, tied him to a chair, which is going to come back. She notices Brannis is trying to escape, and she stops him and draws a gun on him. Mm-hmm. And Jarvis is also taking measures to stop him by removing the odor to the truck.
Of course.
Which was Peggy's plan of escape too, by the way.
Right. Yeah.
And she's not too pleased with him after he says, Jarvis is proud of himself though, saying, "Oh, I did good, didn't I?" And pretty much. Then put the motor back in the car, would you?
Yeah. Okay.
And also, bring the other guy in the truck too. And while he's doing that, she's talking to Brannis, and Brannis wants protection, pretty much. Using a little, she takes the throat thing out of his pocket, puts it to his throat, and has him talk. Good interrogation. That's a better interrogation.
Yeah, definitely.
So basically, Brannis wants protection, obviously, because he's double-crossed Leviathan, and they want to kill him, as we see him with the Mute Man. So pretty much, you give me some information I can use, and we'll get you the best protection from the SSR. So I get protection, then I talk, and he mentions a clue, is an important clue. Now, mind you, before Jarvis left, at this point, he also said, asking about Leviathan. You remember what we say exactly about Leviathan? It's not a person; it's an organization, right?
Yeah, some to that extent. Yeah.
So pretty much then Jarvis leaves, and then here's an important thing. While Jarvis is gone, she wanted one. We only wanted one thing from Stark. Like, what's some information? Basically, we don't know what that one thing Leviathan wants from Stark is. That's important.
Right. Yeah.
So it's not the nitramine. He's just selling nitramine on the side because it's available. It's going to make.
I'd actually say, all the stuff with Stark is kind of like the main sort of driving mystery behind this whole series, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah, and the next episode I think is going to really throw us into what's next with Stark. But
Sure.
Anyway, so then...
I'm glad to see that he's not gone for too long, that he only took a one-episode break in between coming back.
I mean, at least when he's gone, it's for a story reason. So
right,
he's going
yeah. It's just I was kind of worried that, when he drove off in the boat, I was kind of worried, oh, God, is he not going to come back until, episode 5 or 6?
Yeah,
no, I'm glad that, yeah.
I was also worried they're going to pull, a Nick Fury, because they did the same thing in S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right.
In S.H.I.E.L.D., they had Nick Fury have basically 2 cameos, 3 cameos in the entire series.
Did he also like? Did he kind of like drive off in his car without saying goodbye to Coulson?
I'm not kissing
Well, it's nice to see you too, Nick.
Something kind of similar to that, actually, but
Are you serious? Wow.
Well, no.
Oh God.
Well, they have a reuniting scene, but anyway.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they do. Yeah.
Let's see. So basically, this is a little before he can get the information out, interrupted by Jarvis. Basically, Jarvis telling him McPhee's gone.
Mm-hmm. Oh no.
So McPhee's gone, and basically, I love what Jarvis says. But I found a gun. Jarvis has found a shotgun and says, I hope you know how to use it.
Jarvis has just like Groot levels of like, I do good.
I am Groot. I am Jarvis.
No, but you know what I mean, right? Like that look that Groot gives after the hallway scene, like.
Yeah, Jarvis found a gun. I mean, no, he's gone, but I found a gun.
Oh,
anyway, so Jarvis, I love Jarvis in this scene. Pretty much, okay. So now they're making their escape with Brannis to get him some protection or get him away from things. And then before Leviathan finds him, they're driving away, and in the back with all really nicely lit too. Again, the art direction's really good in this series.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The racks of the unstable explosive that if you move it too much, it will blow up. Are right behind Jarvis with a shotgun in tow, and he's just saying, I don't feel comfortable being next to the volatile explosives. So you want to be part of the action?
Yeah. Okay. And then, so when did the agents come upon McPhee? Am I skipping ahead a little bit with that?
Basically, after Jarvis vocalizes how this is unsafe, then Pegar says to Brannis, like, don't look so nervous. You're going to be fine. Nothing bad's going to happen. A little on the nose, but then the mute appears on the roof of the car.
Oh, yeah,
the
that's
roof
right,
of the truck.
right.
And gets into a car battle, not like a moving car battle with Peggy Carter. Really cool, really great actions. The two of them fighting on the roof of that thing, and then Jarvis pretty much as they're shooting downward a little. But I'm jumping ahead. As they're fighting on top, then we sync up with the men as they're driving along.
Is it Krasinski and Thompson again?
It's I think it's Thompson and Dooley. It's the boss.
Okay.
Remember, cool. Krasinski, he's separating the ball.
Oh, that's right. Okay, gotcha.
Krasinski separating the ball. It's Dooley and Thompson, the interrogating guys. They're
okay, cool.
I love how Dooley just is asleep in the car too. By the way, I love that.
Right.
This scene is brilliantly shot, and I'll tell you why this scene's so good at the end. Again.
Oh, it really is.
The point is, they're driving along, and it's shot so well. The guy is running with the chair strapped to his bottom. The guy, he's strapped to the chair and he's running, and there's no saying, man, that's a strain. You don't see that every day. And they just pull up next to him. You can tell the guy's exhausted. He's a heavy guy. He's really exhausted running with this chair next to him. And then they stop. So what happened pretty much? They just say, you want to stop for a second? And he stops and he just leans back. And what does he do when he leans back? He sits on the chair. What else?
Yeah, makes total sense.
Just the shot of him sitting next to the car that has come to a stop is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Really funny.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So they pick up McPhee, put him in the car. So meanwhile, Jarvis is asking, "Please stop shooting things." As their rounds are being dispersed through the roof, and Peggy gets shot with a round.
You know I am being shot at.
He really does not like being shot at.
No. Well, I mean, come on, who does?
So with all the shooting going on, after Jarvis is pleased, unfortunately they're not mad because Peggy gets shot and also the driver gets shot, and the car is not good because he's again in the back with the volatile chemicals.
Oh yeah.
He takes control of the car as much as he can. Meanwhile, our guys and our men are getting information from McPhee.
Right.
Basically, okay, listen, McPhee, we know what happened. Tell us who did this to you. Cut to the battle with the mute on the roof of the car is coming to an end. They're hitting like the edge of the cliff, pretty much. She pinned. Oh, I love it. This she turns. Remember, she wants this guy bad because he killed. She was grilling Brannis last episode about like who did this. Well, he doesn't have a name. We're all Leviathan.
Exactly. Yeah.
She says this guy she really hates because he killed Colleen.
Yeah. Very true. Very true.
I love how she takes his trick and uses it against him. She pins pins his hand to the roof of the car.
Right. Right.
Pins him to the roof of the car, and basically his keys fall out of his pocket. And then basically he's nailed to the truck. They all jump out, and then boom, car goes off. The truck goes off to the side. They all escape, but then huge. It's a whole rack. It's like many racks full of this explosive. We've seen just what one does.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god! I gotta tell you though, I nitpicking, but I think the explosion should have been bigger. Just that many.
I agree. I do like the effect of how the water comes up from the.
It looks
explosion,
great, but I'm just saying when they set up that
yeah.
only one, that's what one does to a factory.
No, I agree. I agree. Yeah.
It's cool though. I can't. It's hard for me to describe. I'm just gonna assume it's like a huge fall.
Sure.
Anyway, so let's see. So Jarvis unfortunately has landed on Brannis, which is not good.
No, not at all.
And Brannis can't talk because his little his device is broken.
Mm-hmm.
His last act is that he draws a symbol, which is a heart with a line through. Which just drawing it myself from my notes here looks kind of like a hat.
Oh yeah, huh?
Which could potentially be a hat.
I kind of interpreted the line as like a snake.
Well, initially, when I first watched this, I thought it was Hydra, like he's trying to draw the Hydra logo.
Exactly. Yeah.
But,
That's what I assumed.
I did some research on these guys, not a lot. From what I understand, they're Russian bad guys.
Okay.
Again, what I think they're going with this series is more speculation, but I think it's like we're starting to enter the Cold War.
Okay.
Like slowly
right.
enter the Cold War.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I could be wrong, but it's drawing it on here looks like a hat, maybe.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, like half of a heart with a line through it, maybe. Anyways, the point is they flee, but like Jarvis begs her to leave before the SSR comes around.
Yeah.
They do. Meanwhile, SSR they happen upon the scene. They pick up on the fact someone's beating us to the punch here, like that blonde woman most likely. And
oh yeah.
And
I love the line. Thompson's like, "Oh, I used to go skinny dipping here." And then
no. Actually, Krasinski is there for that scene.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, weird, isn't it?
Actually, no. I think what it is maybe this is a little bit later, and they're investigating the explosion, and everyone's there.
Well, it is later, yeah, because even
Sosa's there too.
So I guess they're all there.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, he's like. And then Krasinski's like, well, no one. Oh, I bet everyone loved to see. I don't know. He makes some sort of crack.
No, he just says, like, oh, he's skinny dipping here, and then I think Thompson says, oh, that's a sight. Like,
it's Krasinski that makes the skinny dipping line. Okay, my bad.
So, oh, that's a sight I never want to see. Or basically, that's terrible.
Right.
Meanwhile, Sousa, he finds a clue because he's most competent among these guys.
Oh yeah, of course.
And he finds the Mute's hotel key.
Right.
Okay,
so Jarvis, this is another
really good
emotional scene between Jarvis and Peggy. Jarvis, he's stitching up Peggy's wounds, and Peggy still has a lot of anxiety about the whole thing with not getting too close to people, and how she's literally kind of a curse, how people die around her, and Jarvis, all he says is well, wait. How does Captain America get brought up into this?
Okay, essentially, Jarvis is the cliff notes of this. He says you need support. Like this whole removing yourself is not the answer.
And then she says something like Steve didn't need support.
Yeah, and then he says, well, no, Steve had you as his support, pretty much.
Right.
He let people help him, and that's what you should do. You had to let people help you.
Yeah, really good message, really sweet.
And also, she says that's enough. Bruce tells him to shut up after he gives her the big important news, like the big important revelation.
Yeah. Okay, so next we got Angie. She's at this women's apartment community thingamajig.
So per Jarvis's words of wisdom, Peggy decides, I'm going to branch out in the world. I'm going to reach out to Angie, who's been hounding me about this apartment. Goes to the Griffith Hotel.
Okay. And she's giving her a tour. Oh, she's like introducing all the women. I'm pretty sure I heard this wrong, but did she call Sarah a slut?
Yes.
Oh, she did? Oh, very coarse language for the 1940s, I must say.
Well, one of them's, I think it's Sarah is the name, but yeah.
I literally wrote down Sarah slut question mark.
Yeah.
Okay, so I love
remember,
this.
slut, in comparison, slut's probably the tamest we have nowadays.
Well, no, in comparison, you're absolutely right, but still, it's kind of surprising to hear language of, anything like. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised, considering a good thing about this show is kind of the realistic portrayal of how people treated women at the time. But anyway, so I love this. I love this scene with the interview with the landlord of this hotel.
Yeah, Miriam.
Yeah, and how Angie, the facial expressions Angie's making,
like giving her nods off screen and whatnot, like, yeah, you're doing good. Like, no.
And then I love how what's her name, Miriam?
Yeah, Miriam pretty much is kind of like, she's the one giving the interview. Like, if you pass, like, ask like your qualifications and whatnot, so you can stay. This is a real high upscale, like for ladies hotel.
It's very hoity-toity, yeah.
You gotta act ladylike. You got a 10 o'clock curfew, and absolutely no men past the lobby.
Mm-hmm. And I just love the fact that she's just very obviously picking up on this little interplay that's going on between Peggy and Angie. But she's like, but she doesn't really care. She's just kind of like, what are they doing? What?
Also, this is a nice little thing that she really hasn't been outside the world at all. So she's kind of like, we've seen the men's closed-minded view of the world. Now we're seeing kind of the woman's closed-minded view of the world.
Very true.
She's been closed up herself, but also Miriam, she. Of course, the selling point is like, how long do you think you're going to be with the phone company? Until I'm married.
Right. Okay, so
meanwhile,
is that it for that scene?
Yes, I believe. Well, we assume definitely she gets
Sure. Yeah. Okay, so this is honestly definitely one of my favorite scenes. This was the scene I was talking about that just made all the guys at the at the office just look like I don't know. It doesn't make it. It's a little bit indie. What do you think of it? She's walking in, and oh no, they're looking at a whole bunch of photos. Oh God!
And she's thinking, I couldn't get the blonde photo. Maybe they're looking at it right now. Maybe I'm in trouble. Hey Carter, get over here. Real tension here.
Oh, it's great. It's great.
And then it's they're asking, hey, is Joe DiMaggio to you?
Oh my God, that is just so just deflating all the tension out. It's wonderful. I laughed my ass off with.
And here's the important thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, she's just like, who? Is that the golfer? And then everyone just starts laughing. Oh, women, they don't know sports.
Yeah, and then pretty much they had a running bet whether she would know or not. That was the bet.
Right. And Sosa actually bet against her.
Because he took the chance that she wouldn't know. Because ordinarily he suspected she'd know it, but then he realized, I'm going to go against it and see what happens. Hence the gamble. And of course, kind of the irony is that the gamble that he's on the money for that one, but he's not on the money for the thing staring right in his face. He's like the Hank Schrader, if you will.
Exactly.
And he has a little cane too right now.
Right. Oh God.
So anyway, so Prince says no match on the blonde yet, but I'm still looking.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's kind of like a sad road, kind of a tragic ending these two are going to have. At least some like a tragic revelation for a moment of like, oh, you've been lying to me.
Oh God, I hate to say it. I really fucking
not a liar reveal per se, but I mean it's more. It might be played for more tragedy.
It's what comes to mind. Is liar revealed.
No.
And there's gonna be a moment where he's gonna be all pissed off at her, and then they're gonna be all sad and all mopey, and then they're gonna come and her bitter. Okay.
No. Look, I'll bet you even money. I'll bet you money like this money in this scene here that what they're gonna do is the smart route. Where basically it's just for a moment. It's like, hey, you lied to me? Is it to help me now? Okay. Basically, what
I
Gotham
would
should
hope so. I really, really hope so.
basically what Gotham should have done 10 episodes ago.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh, I mean, Gotham is doing a lot of stuff right, but God damn, this show is one-upping Gotham right now. Just in
Okay,
2
so
episodes.
we have a really awesome ending here. So,
Oh yeah. Oh
a
yeah.
really good ending. So the radio show pays off once again, really brilliantly intercut here. The radio show is basically saying, we see Grzyminski. He's still tearing. He's finally whittled the ball down to a reasonable amount here.
Right. Right.
And he's still taking the pieces away, and while he's doing that, we hear the radio show saying, that brings our show to a close now, and then basically he's the enemy has still has tricks up his sleeve, pretty much. And he has a secret weapon in tow that you're going to find about next week, and where Captain America is going to be a nemesis like no other. I think that's important, what he said there.
Very true. Very true.
So I think that's going to relate to our Leviathan threat. And then basically Krasinski during that, again, really nicely interlaid there, like a big revelation, a big threat coming with the big revelation happening. Krasinski finds the license plate in the bumper.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And he found the license plate, and that means they're a step closer. And it's Howard Stark's license plate, which is not going to bode well.
Very true. Very true.
And that's where we end the episode.
Okay, so overall, what do you think? Did you enjoy this compared to the first one? I mean, I know it's kind of like they came one right after another, but do you think this is building the momentum? Do you think it's even stronger than the premiere?
It's really, I love them both very much, and again, I think it was a really good idea to put them both there, because now we got we definitely got a good step in the series, and now we're like fully into the sprint of the adventure. And I loved it. There was only thing I might say, this one's better because it had so many great bits in it, like so many great scenes, great concepts, like every episode's pushing. I'm hoping they're going to keep doing it for the other 6.
Well, yeah, I know, just kind of a little, like, very funny sort of, like, logistical scene. Like, when I was taking notes on the first episode, all the scenes were kind of a little more spread out. And then I noticed when I was taking notes on this episode, there were a lot of, like, kind of little smaller fun scenes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I know, that was just one of the funny things, just kind of like mapping out the episode recap-wise that I kind of noticed. Very much, I guess, pace-wise, there's more scenes that come along at a more quick pace. So, yeah, overall, and of course, I think what really puts this episode above the first one is how the radio drama interplays. I mean, you gotta love that.
Now, I think a thing saying that was a great benefit to this episode was that the Russo brothers directed this episode.
Very true, very true. And
so
you can totally
I think that's
that.
I think that's the reason a lot of the intercutting worked so well and the action was so great. Again, the intercutting. The intercutting with the radio shows is probably the reason I'm going to put this above the first one, because it's really good.
I don't blame you. Yeah.
And it's just how it all syncs up so well. Because again, the radio show, whenever it's in there, it's there for a reason, and it just has so many layers to it. I'm amazed at how great an idea that is, and how it works,
Definitely.
and how it keeps coming back. And again, Haley Atwell on point with like taking these characters and these disguises so well. Jarvis is having great progression. We're getting some good stuff. I'm really. This is definitely the hooked episode. Like, for me, this is like it's like they jumped ahead one of the Breaking Bad episodes. Like usually it's 3 and you're hooked on Breaking Bad. This is like 2 and I'm definitely hooked on this show.
Wasn't Open House episode 3? I'm pretty sure it was. And Open House is fucking terrible.
No, Open House is like season whatever. That's like season 4.
No, I know, but isn't it like episode 3?
Well, I mean. Yeah, but it's season 4 though. Yeah.
Oh, okay, but I'm sorry. I thought you meant like every season of Breaking. And I think it is kind of true. Like in Breaking Bad, I do think it's kind of true that every season it does kind of take a little while for the main story of the season to really ramp into high gear. I think every season of Breaking Bad is kind of like a little bit of a slow burn in that regard. But I'm sorry. I just wanted an excuse to bash on how fucking awful Open Houses.
Open House is not the best of the Breaking Bad episodes. Has redeeming qualities, but not the best.
No, it doesn't. I disagree with that.
Well, it's been a while since I've watched it, so maybe you're right. I don't know.
It's literally the one episode of the show to me that feels completely superfluous, but we're getting off topic.
Anyway, the point is, well, my point is, like, the third episode's one of my favorites of Breaking Bad when, he faces off against Crazy Eight, and he makes a big decision there.
Very true. Very true. That's true. That is like the genesis of a lot of Walter White development. Very true.
Yeah, exactly. The point is, I think it's definitely our big development episode. Like, now we've established characters in the first one. Now we're actually going places with them, and I really love that.
Mm. Okay, so
we got a really cool. It was a really cool invested. It felt like a radio drama the whole episode. So I love that kind of. It was a radio drama within a radio drama, and I thought it was really cool.
Exactly.
Okay, so I guess to speculate a few things quickly.
Yeah, just really quick if you can.
Okay, so like next episode, what we are getting, here's confirmed what we are getting. We're getting Howling Commandos, which is awesome.
I can't wait. That's going to be really cool.
And my hope for this series is that if they don't realize how great the ratings are for this series and decide to give it like beg them to do a second season, like I assume they will, what they should do, what could be good, depending on how the next episode goes, is what if there's another miniseries spinoff set in the 40s Marvelverse with the Howling Commandos, with the Impeg stopping in now and again to help out.
I'd be a lot more open to that than I would just a straight-up second season of this.
Exactly. I'm saying you're still in the same universe with the characters around, but it'd be like it's now the Howling Commandos story.
For sure, for sure. No, yeah,
exactly.
That's a good idea.
That I'd love to see. Now here's the important plot line. Stark, we're going to find out what Howard Stark's secret is and what his plan is. He's been conspiring with Jarvis on.
Oh yeah, big stuff.
I presume they're just going to slowly seed in the S.H.I.E.L.D. idea that he's building S.H.I.E.L.D. right now.
Perhaps, definitely.
And I'm going to hope they execute that well because, again, we have it all laid out in one short film, so I'm hoping they're justifying why they would be dragging it out. So I'm hoping there's going to be some more reasons to that.
You know what? I definitely need to watch this short between now and... yeah, I should. I really should.
Now, mind you, she's like a different boss in that. So
I assume it's available online.
Well, I mean, it's probably not legally, but yes.
Well, I'll figure it out.
The SSR is closing in on him as we just left off on our cliffhanger here.
Sure, definitely.
Of course, she's gonna have to deal with these house rules of like a 10 o'clock curfew and no man, which I'm bet you that you're gonna have a scene where like Sousa is like wounded, or Jarvis or Sousa's wounded, and they have to get in there or something.
Right. I mean, just in general, the 10 o'clock curfew is going to be difficult for her.
Yeah, exactly. And then bringing men in. If they set up a rule like that, it's going to be broken. Like a Dexter situation's going to arise or something.
Why wouldn't it?
I just really hope it's going to go better than the heroin excuse, because I hated the heroin excuse in Dexter.
Oh God. Right,
but anyway, so here's the thing. Here's the big surprise I was saving for you, TIki.
Oh, okay.
Ready? Okay, so our next episode is called Time and Tide, which again is all the stuff we just mentioned. Now, think about it. First episode, we got the writing team, all the Marvel, the Captain America movies, then the series creators doing the first episode. Second episode, we got the Winter Soldier guys, at least one of them, doing this episode.
Right.
And now, next episode is going to have Scott Winant, if I'm pronouncing that right. Scott Winant is going to be directing the next episode. Now, do you recognize that name at all, TIki?
No, I don't.
He is a Breaking Bad director.
Oh, okay.
Now, would you like to know what episodes he's done?
Sure, tell me.
Okay, he's done 2 episodes in Breaking Bad.
Okay,
he's done Green Light.
I don't remember that one.
That's the one where basically Jesse and Walt have the money dispute, and at the end it's a green light.
Gotcha,
Season 3. Anyway, but here's the important episode he's done.
Okay.
You're going to recognize this one. This is a good one. This is going to get you psyched out. You ready for it?
Mm-hmm.
Crawl Space.
Oh! Okay, now, full disclosure, I don't think Crawl Space is necessarily, like, one of the top 5 episodes of the series. I just think
it's well-directed.
It is definitely well-directed, and I also think that the ending is probably the single best scene in Breaking Bad.
I know.
In the entirety of Breaking Bad.
Howling Commandos and a Crawl Space. Perhaps. I'm just saying the fact that the guy did that great ending for Crawl's, I wonder what his ending for this episode's going to be. I'm looking forward.
Like, honestly, as good as the rest of Breaking Bad was, it never, to me, it never reached that high of Crawl Space again. Like, that ending to Crawl Space was just surreal to me.
Well, Ozymandias had a good ending.
Ozymandias, I kind of feel, was like, kind of like throughout the whole episode was kind of like the anxiety that you get from the last 5 minutes of Crawl Space. You know what I mean?
Right. But so again, just I'm really psyched for the next one. Just we had great directing, great writing on the first 2 episodes, and they blew us away. I'm wondering, I'm on the edge of my seat, wondering how good the third episode is going to be. But I'm going to say this though. I think third episode similar to the Breaking Bad, so we're not just saying Breaking Bad randomly. Again, it did tie in.
Gotta get the jar out for that.
Again, however, it did tie into this guy doing the next episodes, so our Breaking Bad references were somewhat founded.
Right.
My point is, similar to like how the third episode kind of hooked you for a show, I think this next episode might be the make or break. Because again, you're introducing the Howling Commandos, that's an important thing. And
oh, yeah.
I gotta tell you, I'll admit, the promo didn't exactly... Just given this information about the director, the promo makes me think how it's going to meld together. I'm not saying I'm down on it, but I'm curious like how it's going to go. Because again, it's good stuff we're playing with here. Stark's Secret and Howling Commandos. Stuff that could, if done wrong, go really south. So we're teetering on this next one. Next one could be really good, or it could just be really sand. Like, why are we watching this? So hopefully it's
okay. Well, at any rate, there is I can fucking guarantee with every ounce of sincerity in my being that there is nothing in this show that is going to be as bad as Barbara is.
Well, of course. Anyways, the point is, this show is 2 episodes so far, knocked out of the ballpark. Next one, I can't wait for.
Definitely. All right, so is that all we got?
Yes.
Okay, so we are sealing up the metaphorical box. Ooh. the metaphorical box for now, at least until next time, when we continue assessing Agent Carter.
Tune in next time, fellow patriots, spies alike, as we continue the further adventures of Agent Carter.